Welcome in, everybody. Today we're going to get into the weekly buy-sell show. Um, Before I get into that, make sure if you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button in the bottom corner. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you'd like to see. Maybe we can get some different shows on here. But for this week, let's get into the buy-sell. Right off the bat, I'm going to kick it off with wide receiver Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins. Now, I know this Miami Dolphins offense is terrifying without Tua, but I believe the Dolphins are going to make adjustments. They're not going to let the next 3 weeks go the way this past week did. You may see a little bit of a change up. I know they brought in Huntley from Baltimore, so we may see him. I think he'll be a little more competent than Skylar Thompson, but in 3 weeks, Tua will be back. So if you think you can survive 3 weeks with Tyreek Hill having low to average scoring, now is the time to buy low on him. 5 targets, 3 receptions for 40 yards this past week, and the offense just looked abysmal. It looked absolutely terrifying. So now's your chance to buy low on Tyreek Hill and take the shot if you got it. See how low you can actually get him. Next, Jaden Reed for the Green Bay Packers. Jaden Reed, without Jordan Love, has been he's getting his targets, but it's just not that week one monster performance. 4 receptions, 138 yards and a touchdown, a carry for 33 yards and a touchdown. And but Jordan Love is coming back. So if you have a Jaden Reed owner who's just tired of it and just doesn't pay attention, doesn't realize it, see what you can get him for. This offense is going to make waves when Jordan Love comes back. So reach out and try to get some pieces to that offense. That's why I'm going to bring up next the running back for that offense, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs had a rough game this past week, 14 carries for 43 yards and 1 reception for 5 yards. 2 weeks prior to that, for the 2 weeks prior to that, he had a total of 48 carries for 235 yards and 2 receptions for 20 yards. When Love comes back, he's going to open up that passing game, which is going to, in turn, open up the run lanes for Josh Jacobs, and he will be more efficient than he was this past week. So if you can get him from an owner who's maybe a little disgruntled after this past week and hopes that they can improve their team, then see what you can get him for. Now I'll get into the sells. Sells this week. Alec Pierce for the Indianapolis Colts. Richardson is scaring everybody right now. I've had questions. Should I drop Richardson? Who or what receiver should I take off the Colts, if any? Josh Downs is back. He only played 55% of the snaps, but he had 5 targets. Alec Pierce dropped from 77 or 95% of the snaps in week 2 down to 77% of the snaps in week 3. So I don't see this improving. If anything, it's going to get worse as Josh Downs' participation in this offense picks up. So I know Alec Pierce, you're not going to get a lot for him, but you may be able to get something for him. Somebody who believes in that big playability. So try to get rid of him now, because here in the next week or so, you're not going to be able to. I know everybody's excited about Amari Cooper if you have him. Huge game, 12 targets, 7 receptions for 86 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, temper expectations, because Deshaun Watson has not really looked great this year. He's not going to do this every year. They played the Giants this past week, and they still lost, even off this big performance by Cooper. So I would try to trade Cooper off the 2 TD performance, find somebody who's excited about him, wants him, see what you can get for him, and get him off your team before he goes back to what he was week 1 and week 2. Will he have some big games here and there? Yes, but this could be his biggest performance of the year. So get rid of him while you can. Next one, this is purely based off name. Mark Andrews. What happened to the Baltimore Ravens and tight ends? Because they have been I mean, they started out this year with a huge performance from Isaiah Likely, and then just completely dumped the tight end game within their offense. I don't know if it's going to change. Mark Andrews, he only played 33% of the snaps. It does not make any sense. I meant the whole tight end position this year in general doesn't make any sense. Dallas Goedert, just off his one big performance this past week, is tight end 1 for all of fantasy football. It's nuts. So Mark Andrews, if you have somebody who's still hunting a name, who still thinks that he's going to come back this year and play well, try to offload him now, because a 33% snap share is absolutely terrifying. He's either hurt or they're phasing him out of the offense, which he's been the best part of their offense for the past few years, and he's really not that old for the tight end position. So I don't know what the plan is, and I don't know if it's going to improve. So if you can get Mark Andrews off your team, get some decent value for him, then I would do that. Remember, that's all I have for the buy sells. But remember, if you like the content, hit that subscribe button in the bottom corner and shoot us some comments. Let us know what you'd like to see, and we will catch you guys tomorrow.